I, Michael, need to talk to you, and it has to be now, not later, not when you feel ready, not when you choose convenience, but this very moment. This is the last warning, and I will not repeat it again. Do not you dare ignore this. Do not let your stubbornness or fear or hesitation blind you, because ignoring this will not just make me angry, it will break the heavenly protection that has been surrounding you. I am pleading and I am commanding at the same time, because I carry both the sword of justice and the heart of divine mercy. You have been chosen for this message, and it is not by accident, it is not coincidence, it is not just another ordinary whisper in your spirit. This is divine order, this is God Himself declaring that you must hear this now, you must take this seriously, and you must open your spirit before it is too late. For too long, you have delayed, for too long, you have brushed off the signs, for too long, you have acted as though tomorrow will always be waiting for you, but I am telling you that tomorrow is not promised if you keep ignoring what heaven is trying to reveal. I have stood guard over you, I have fought battles in realms you do not even see, I have stood at the threshold of your nights keeping demons from stepping into your dreams, I have deflected curses that were aimed directly at you, and I have cut down enemies in the invisible before they could touch you in the visible. And yet, despite all this, you still hesitate to believe that the urgency is real, that the warnings are serious, that the exposure is happening now. I cannot remain silent any longer. I cannot let you walk blindfolded into the trap that was designed with your name written across it in blood. God says, hear this well, because this is not a parable and it is not a soft teaching, it is an urgent cry from heaven. Someone close to you has been hiding the deepest secret, and their mask is about to fall. They have smiled in front of you while plotting behind you, they have spoken blessings in your presence while cursing you in your absence, and they have tied themselves to forces that do not belong to the light. They have been waiting for the moment of your downfall, thinking that their darkness would swallow you, but God says their time of hiding is finished. I, Michael, am standing here declaring that exposure is coming, and once the veil lifts, you will not be able to deny what you see. This is why I need you to be ready, why I need you to open your eyes, why I need you to believe me now before the shock breaks your heart. You think you are safe in the comfort of routine, you think that if you just keep going, everything will somehow fix itself, but heaven is shouting at you, wake up. You are surrounded by signs, but you have been dismissing them as coincidences. That dream that left you unsettled was not random, it was me knocking. That sudden sense that something was wrong when you looked into their eyes was not paranoia, it was divine discernment. That whisper in your heart telling you not to trust too quickly was not your imagination, it was heaven trying to spare you. But you silenced it, you pushed it away, you said, maybe I'm just overthinking. You are not overthinking. You are underhearing. You are ignoring what is being screamed into your spirit. Do you not understand that the clock is ticking? Do you not realize that there is a countdown running right now in the invisible, and every second you delay brings you closer to what they planned? God has allowed me to see what you cannot, and I am trembling as I deliver this to you, because the weight of it is too heavy to bear in silence. If I kept quiet, I would fail my duty to protect you. And if you ignore me now, then you are choosing danger with your own hands. Do not test heaven's patience. Do not mistake God's mercy for tolerance of delay. The mercy is running out, and this warning is the line drawn in fire. God says, I am exposing this woman. I am exposing what she has carried in her purse, what she has hidden in her words, what she has buried in her heart. I am exposing the man who swore he loved you but gave his loyalty elsewhere. I am exposing the family member who smiled while signing papers against your name. I am exposing the neighbor who watches your door at night with envy instead of goodwill. I am exposing the coworker who laughs with you during the day but prays for your dismissal at night. I am exposing them now, because I refuse to let you walk into destruction blind. And I, Michael, with my sword blazing, am standing to enforce this exposure. But if you keep ignoring the voice, if you keep shutting down the urgency, then I cannot hold back the consequences of your delay. Do not think I am speaking in riddles, I am telling you plainly. Someone who you least suspect has already signed something against you. Someone who pretends to be your ally has already told your enemy where your weakness is. Someone who hugs you has already whispered to your rival, and their betrayal is the dagger you never expected. This is why I am shouting at you, this is why I am almost breaking with urgency. You think you have more time, but you do not. You think you can postpone, but you cannot. You think God will just wait endlessly, but He will not. He has sent me, He has sent dreams, He has sent warnings, He has sent disruptions in your life to get your attention. How many times do you want heaven to shake you before you finally stop pretending you did not hear? How many times must I cry in anger before you realize that this is no longer gentle? I am not speaking in peace right now, I am speaking in war, because war is at your doorstep. And if you do not rise, if you do not open, if you do not acknowledge, then you are choosing to surrender without a fight. Do you not see how the delays in your life are not ordinary? Every time you try to move forward, something invisible ties you back. Every time you feel joy rising, something crashes it suddenly. Every time you are about to receive, something interferes. This is not coincidence. This is the enemy moving pieces against you. But you have a choice, to either partner with heaven and break it, or to keep ignoring until it breaks you. God says, this is my last call. This is my last warning. This is my last push before I allow what has been hidden to hit you without a filter. And Michael says, I am tired of protecting someone who won't even listen. I am weeping because you keep ignoring me, and my tears are not weakness, they are burning with fire. You have no idea how much has been spared from you already. You have no idea what has been hovering but never touched you because I blocked it. You have no idea the sickness that tried to land but was turned back. You have no idea the accidents that were scheduled but never arrived because I tore the plan apart. And still, you ignore me. Still, you doubt me. Still, you delay me. I am warning you now, if you dare close your heart this time, the weight of what comes next will be unbearable. Do not make me angry. Do not force me to pull back. Do not think this is just another word among many. This is the word. This is the one that determines whether you stand or fall, whether you rise or collapse, whether you are covered or exposed. God says, I am still with you. I am not against you. I am not here to frighten you into despair, I am here to awaken you into protection. Rest assured, if you listen, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe under my wing if you just step into obedience. You just have to trust me and pray to me. You just have to open the message and stop resisting. You just have to believe that I am not lying when I tell you they are hiding something from you. Michael says, do not you dare turn away again. Do not make me cry with fury because you kept ignoring. Do not test the patience of the heavens one more time. This is the last warning, the last call, the last mercy. If you obey, everything will shift. If you resist, everything will collapse. Choose wisely, for the moment of choice is now. My child, there are tears on the floor of heaven because of how many times you brushed away the gentle tug of Michael. You told yourself, maybe tomorrow, maybe later, maybe when I have more strength. But tomorrow never came, and later turned into silence, and your strength drained because you were unknowingly feeding from the very source that was hiding truth from you. Do you understand why Michael cries so loudly? It is because he knows how precious you are, how chosen you are, and how much of your life has been quietly influenced by lies that were never supposed to touch you. He cries because he can see the fullness of the blessing I am preparing, and he knows how close you are to it, but he also knows that if you do not face this confession, if you do not let truth break through, you will continue to circle in the same wilderness longer than necessary. And heaven has decided that the time for circling is over. The confession was spoken not once but many times. This person has repeated it in different settings, testing how much they could say without it reaching your ears. They trusted that those they spoke to would never tell you, but I have been listening all along. The first time they confessed, it was in frustration. The second time, it was in strategy. The third time, it was in arrogance, thinking that no one could stop them. Every time, my spirit recorded their words. Every time, I leaned closer, because I wanted to be sure you would have every detail when the time was right. My child, that time is now. You have asked me in prayer why certain people act cold toward you, why some pull away just when you thought you were building something strong. You blamed yourself. You thought maybe you were not enough, maybe you said the wrong thing, maybe you made a mistake. But I tell you now, it was not your mistake. It was the poison of this confession that worked its way into their ears. Their words about you traveled faster than you realized. Some believed without asking you. Some doubted you in silence. Some stayed close, but their heart shifted. Do you see now why Michael's urgency is beyond human patience? He has been watching your heart break over things you thought were random, when in reality, they were connected to one root. This person's confession has been like a shadow following you. Even in moments of joy, even when you laughed, even when you thought you were safe, that shadow has hovered, influencing how others treated you. But my light exposes shadows. And today, I lift the veil completely. You cannot unknow what is about to be revealed. It will hurt, but it will also heal. It will break you for a moment, but then it will make you unbreakable. You will not be the same, but you will be stronger, wiser, more aware, and more deeply anchored in me than ever before. Do you remember the nights you could not sleep, when your chest tightened and you felt watched? That was not your imagination. That was the weight of words hovering in the spiritual air, words spoken against you that clung to your atmosphere. Michael was there, trying to shake you awake, trying to make you realize this was not ordinary. You skipped him, not because you didn't care, but because you were tired, overwhelmed, and didn't think it was urgent. But now you know. Every skipped moment was a missed chance to break this earlier. And still, heaven did not abandon you. Still, Michael fought through his tears to keep you alive, to keep you breathing, to keep you from stumbling into the trap laid out for you. The person's confession is not only about what they feel, it is about what they planned. They admitted something that reveals their true position in your life. They confessed what they really thought about you, what they really wanted from you, and what they were willing to do behind your back. When you hear the fullness of it, you will wonder how they could look at you and smile after saying such things. You will wonder how they could pretend to care when their confession proves otherwise. But this wondering is part of the healing, because once you see them clearly, you will no longer give them power over you. My child, you will never be the same after this. That is the point. The version of you that trusted blindly, that carried unnecessary guilt, that allowed others to dictate your worth, that version will not survive this revelation. Instead, the version of you that emerges will be bold, discerning, and unshakable. That version will carry my authority in a way you never have before, because you will walk with truth in your hands, not shadows. And Michael will stand by you, no longer weeping in sorrow, but rejoicing because you finally listened, finally opened, finally embraced what heaven has been screaming for you to see. They confessed in secret, but heaven shouted it aloud. They tried to bury it, but I unearthed it. They thought no one would ever connect the dots, but I connected them before the words even left their lips. I allowed them to speak it out, because I wanted their own tongue to testify against them. My child, this is why I say, you do not need to fight in the flesh. You do not need to prove yourself to those who doubted. You only need to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I will bring this confession to light in such a way that even those who were deceived will have no choice but to see the truth. Michael is not only crying, he is shouting. He is shaking the heavens with his voice, warning that if you delay, the damage will deepen. He knows that timing matters. He knows that if you open now, you will be positioned for restoration. But if you wait too long, if you push it aside again, the enemy will try to twist even the revelation itself, making you doubt what you hear. That is why he says, this is not a joke. This is not entertainment. This is life and death in the Spirit. This is destiny. My child, I know your heart is trembling as you read this. I know you are torn between wanting to know and fearing what you will find. But I say to you, do not fear. My Spirit will hold you when the truth hits. My love will wrap around you like a shield. My presence will fill the room so that you are not crushed under the weight of it. You will cry, yes, but those tears will be cleansing tears, washing away years of confusion and pain. You will mourn what you thought you had, but then you will rejoice in what I am giving you instead. The confession is already on its way to you. It is being delivered through signs, through dreams, through sudden words from unexpected mouths. Pay attention, because in the next hours, you will notice things you cannot explain, conversations that slip, people who suddenly reveal details without meaning to, documents that surface at just the right time. That is not coincidence. That is my orchestration. That is Michael guiding your steps toward the evidence you need. You will never walk blindly again. You will never skip Michael again. After this, you will know how much it matters to listen when heaven cries out. You will know the cost of ignoring, and you will know the blessing of obeying. And Michael's tears will finally dry, replaced by a smile that radiates heaven's pride, because his beloved one, you, finally chose to hear, to open, to step into the truth that changes everything. God says, my child, you may not understand yet why Michael cries so loudly when you ignore him, but I will explain it to you in the language of your heart. Archangel Michael is not just an angel who stands far away in heaven watching silently, he has been by your side since the day you were born. He has fought unseen battles that would have left you broken if he had not intervened. He has stood over your bed in the long nights when you thought you were alone. He has whispered comfort into your dreams when you felt no one could hear your silent cries. He has protected you from accidents that almost happened, from betrayals that almost crushed you, from dangers that almost reached your body. And every time you skipped his message, every time you said, "Maybe later," his heart sank, because he knew that you were stepping into moments blindfolded, when he was holding the very key you needed. This is why his tears are not light. Michael weeps not because you failed him, but because he carries so much love for you. His loyalty is absolute, his devotion unshakable, but his sorrow deepens when you choose not to open what heaven has sent. My child, hear me clearly, this is not a joke, not a warning to be taken lightly. This is the line where everything shifts. You will never be the same once you know the full depth of what this person has confessed about you, because their words carry the weight of years of hidden intention. This person, the one who smiled before you, the one who tried to appear trustworthy, the one who even pretended to stand for you, I tell you now, they sat in a quiet place when they thought no one could hear, and they released from their lips a confession that stained the air around them. They said things about you that they never thought would reach your ears. They poured out jealousy, bitterness, resentment that had been hiding under their skin for so long. They admitted things that will cut you like a sword when you hear them, but you must hear them, for the wound they tried to give you in secret has already been poisoning your path. Michael was present in the spirit when they confessed. He saw them trembling as they said it, because in truth, they were torn inside. A part of them wanted to keep pretending, but another part could not hold the poison in any longer. Their lips betrayed them, and they released words into the world that cannot be taken back. Words are not air, my child. Words are seeds. And the seeds they planted were meant to grow into weeds that would choke out your blessings. But Michael uprooted those weeds in the spirit, and now he longs for you to know what has been said so that you can walk free, aware, awake. Do you remember the moments when you suddenly felt that strange sadness for no reason? When you were smiling 1 second, and the next you felt as though something heavy pressed down on you? That was the weight of their words being spoken at that very time. Your spirit felt the wound before your ears ever heard it. That is how connected you are to the truth. And yet, because you brushed it aside, telling yourself it was nothing, you skipped the chance to let Michael explain it fully. That is why he cries now, because he knows the pain could have been lifted sooner if only you had listened. But do not despair, my child, for I am still here. I am still with you, and I am still guiding you into the moment where the truth sets you free. Nothing has been lost beyond repair. What they confessed about you was not the end of your story, but the beginning of a new chapter that will astonish everyone who hears it. For what they meant to harm you with, I will use as the very stepping stone to raise you higher. Michael stands over you now, his sword in one hand, the scroll in the other. The scroll carries their confession, word for word, sealed by my authority. When you open it in your spirit, you will feel the power of release. You will feel clarity like never before. You will understand why things happened as they did. And then, my child, you will never walk blindly again. The person who confessed thought they were unburdening themselves in secret. They thought no one would ever know. They laughed afterward, thinking they had released the weight. But I tell you now, their words became a chain around their own neck, because when you confess in bitterness, you bind yourself to the consequences of your actions. This is why they are restless now, why they cannot sleep. My beloved child, God says this is not just another passing moment, this is not just a whisper you can push aside, this is not something you can leave for later. I, Michael, the Archangel of the Almighty, come to you with fire in my voice and truth in my hands. I am commanded by the Highest to tell you that the time of hesitation is over, the time of delay is finished, the time of excuses is gone. You have been warned again and again, you have been nudged, pulled, whispered to, and guided gently, but now the tone has changed. This is not a suggestion, this is not a request, this is the last warning. If you dare to close your eyes to this, if you dare to pretend you did not hear, you will make me weep in anger, and my tears burn like swords. You are being told this for your own protection. Heaven is roaring on your behalf right now. The throne of God has issued a decree that covers you like a shield, but only if you listen, only if you obey, only if you let go of the stubbornness that has kept you in the dark. Do not be afraid, for God has not abandoned you. Rest assured, you are safe, you are wrapped in divine light, and no force of darkness, no plotting human hand, no whispered curse, no trap laid against you will prevail, because your Father is with you. But you must hear me, do not ignore this moment. This is urgent, this is now, this is the line drawn in heaven's sand. Child of God, you have been walking with questions in your heart. You have been restless, sensing there was something happening behind the veil, sensing people were hiding things, sensing the atmosphere around you was thick with secrets and with things that didn't add up. You are not wrong. The Spirit of the Lord has been showing you pieces, and now those pieces are forming the whole. You are about to see exposure. You are about to witness how God unmasks liars, how He reveals the hands behind the curtain, how He flips over the tables of those who schemed against you. This is why Michael says to you now, pay attention, don't you dare let this slip away like an ordinary message. It is heaven screaming into your life so you cannot mistake it. You are loved with a love so intense that angels tremble when they behold it. You are guarded with a protection so fierce that demons scatter when your name is spoken in prayer. You are chosen with a calling so specific that the world itself would shake if you saw the full blueprint God has designed for you. This is why resistance has been heavy. This is why enemies rose up. This is why betrayal cut so deep. Because your life is not small, your destiny is not ordinary, and the mark of heaven on your head cannot be erased. But listen carefully, every destiny must pass through a test of obedience. You cannot expect miracles to flow while ignoring the call. This is why I, Michael, raise my voice to you, obey now. Do not delay. Do not make excuses. Heaven is watching your response. God says, the tears you have cried in secret are already in His hands. Not one fell unnoticed. The heaviness you carry, the weight you thought no one saw, has been witnessed by heaven. And though you thought you were alone, you were not. When you cried yourself to sleep, angels stood guard around your bed. When you felt betrayed, I myself drew my sword against the spirits that sought to torment you. When you wanted to give up, it was my wings that covered you. I tell you this so you understand, this is not a message for everyone, this is an urgent message only for you. Because your path has been targeted, but your protection is greater. Your destiny has been resisted, but your breakthrough is unstoppable, if you obey this moment. God says, your fear will not destroy you. The anxiety that rises in your chest will not consume you. The depression that tried to cage you will not bury you. Because you are His, and His hand is upon you. He says to you, do not fear, my child. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe under my shadow. Just trust me. Just pray to me. Just lift your voice and I will come running. This is not a time to run to humans, not a time to depend on people who failed you. This is a time to open your heart wide to God, to cry out even in your weakness, because your Father delights in showing mercy. Michael says, I see the traps that were set. I see the lies that were told about you. I see the jealousy in people's eyes. I see the woman who whispered about you behind closed doors. I see the man who smiled in your face but sharpened a knife in his heart. I see the hidden papers with your name on them. I see the plots to steal what belongs to you. I see the family member who pretends to love you but carries double-faced intentions. And I tell you, heaven has already written the ending. They will not succeed. They will not prevail. Their plans are ashes already. For when God speaks a word, no power on earth can reverse it. And God has spoken a word over you, you will live, you will rise, you will prosper, you will not be destroyed. Child, you are at the edge of a divine shift. Do you feel it? The atmosphere is trembling. The hourglass of heaven is almost empty. The moment has come. This is why the warning is urgent. If you obey, you will see sudden miracles. If you delay, you may miss the window. I, Michael, am not here to play games with you. I am not here to soothe you with soft words. I am here to shake you awake, because God has decided it must be now. Don't let this slip. Don't harden your heart. Don't think you have more time. This is your last warning. But even in this warning, hear the love. God is not against you. He is for you. He is not trying to harm you. He is protecting you. He is not pushing you away. He is pulling you closer. Every storm you went through was not to break you but to train you. Every loss you endured was not to destroy you but to prepare room for greater gain. Every betrayal was not to end you but to show you who never truly belonged in your life. You are being cleansed, refined, strengthened, purified for what is coming. And what is coming is beautiful. What is coming is abundant. What is coming will make your enemies gnash their teeth in confusion. So now, I say this with the fire of heaven in my words: rise up. Pray. Obey. Trust. Do not ignore. Do not delay. Your Father's arms are open wide. Your angels are at attention. Your destiny is before you. And your miracle is closer than your next breath. God says, I will be with you. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Trust me. Pray to me. And do not ignore this last warning. My beloved child, I speak to you now with urgency, with the weight of heaven behind every word, and with the authority of God flowing through this message. Do not take this lightly, do not brush it aside as if it is something ordinary. This is no ordinary message. This is a divine command, and you must understand that it comes to you in this very moment because the timing is not accidental, it is sacred. You are being called by name in the Spirit, and the angels surround you as this message is released into your life. I, Michael, the archangel appointed by the Most High, stand before you with the shield of God in one hand and the sword of truth in the other. I tell you plainly, this is your last warning. You cannot afford to ignore this, for if you turn your face away and pretend not to hear, you will provoke the heavens themselves. Do not test the patience of God. Do not make me raise my voice again, for when I cry, the heavens tremble, and the earth shakes. Listen now. Listen as if your very soul depends on it, because it does. You have been walking in uncertainty, in doubt, in distraction, but you are not forgotten. God's eye has never left you, not for a second. He has counted every tear, measured every pain, and recorded every battle you have fought in silence. He has dispatched me to you at this hour because the danger around you is greater than you realize, and the time left for you to make a decision is shorter than you think. My voice comes like thunder into your life because heaven is no longer whispering, it is declaring. It is announcing. It is demanding your attention. Do you not feel the fire stirring in your spirit right now? That trembling in your heart is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul knows this is truth. Child of God, hear me. There is a trap set for you. There is an unseen hand working behind the shadows, weaving lies, stirring conflict, and plotting to block your destiny. You have been feeling it in small ways: confusion, heaviness, sudden arguments, strange delays, restless nights. These are not random. These are signs of the warfare surrounding you. God has allowed me to peel back the veil for a moment and speak directly to you, because you must not walk blindly into what the enemy has designed. This is why my voice is sharp. This is why I say to you, do not dare to ignore this. I am not here to scare you. I am here to save you. If you close your eyes to this message, you will regret it with a pain that no words can soothe. But if you listen, if you obey, the power of God will shield you from the blow that was meant to destroy you. The enemy wants to silence you, to stop you from stepping into the place God has prepared. But heaven has decreed otherwise. God has already marked you as His own. He has already written your name in His book, and no demon in hell can erase it. But child, your obedience is required. You cannot simply say you believe. You must trust, you must pray, you must act. That is why I am shouting into your spirit, now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. I see the sorrow you carry, the loneliness that lingers, the questions that haunt you at night. You have asked God, do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you know what I'm going through? And this message is the answer to that prayer. Yes, He hears. Yes, He sees. Yes, He knows. That is why He sent me. That is why I am not whispering, but demanding. Because the enemy wants you to feel forgotten, abandoned, unloved. He wants you to think your prayers are wasted, your faith is empty, your life is meaningless. But I tell you in the name of the Almighty God, those are lies. Every prayer you whispered was caught by the angels and carried before the throne. Every tear you shed was seen, every sigh was recorded. God has not abandoned you. He is closer than the breath in your lungs right now. Do not be afraid. God is with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, because His hand is on you. You are surrounded even now by angels. The same way Elisha prayed for the eyes of his servant to be opened to see the chariots of fire on the mountains, I pray now that your eyes of faith would open. You are not surrounded by defeat, you are surrounded by glory. The enemy may roar, but he cannot devour you because God has set a hedge of fire around you. Do not mistake the storm for the end. The storm is a sign that your breakthrough is near. But child, let me speak to you plainly, because this is urgent. You have been ignoring too many warnings. You have been delaying what God told you to do. You have been distracted by voices that are not from heaven. You have been doubting what you know deep down is true. This is why I say, this is your last warning. Do not provoke me to anger by treating this message as nothing. You cannot keep walking as if you have all the time in the world. You do not. There are moments in destiny that cannot be recovered if missed. There are doors that close and do not open again. This is one of those moments. That is why I am standing before you now, commanding you to listen. Trust God. Pray to Him. Do not let fear choke you. The road ahead is not easy, but it is covered by the blood of the Lamb. The snares laid for you will be broken, but only if you stay under the shelter of the Most High. Do not wander out of His covering. Do not entertain the lies of the enemy. You must rise up, pray like never before, and declare with your mouth that you belong to God. Speak His promises out loud, because your words carry power. Heaven responds to your declaration. When you speak faith, angels move. When you pray, chains break. When you trust, miracles happen. Beloved child, you are safe in Him, but only if you remain in Him. This message is not just to comfort you, but to shake you awake. You cannot live half in the light and half in the dark. You cannot serve two masters. Choose today whom you will serve. Choose today to walk in obedience. This is not a suggestion, it is a command. I tell you again, do not ignore this. If you turn away now, the enemy will use your silence as an open door. But if you take this message seriously, if you humble yourself before God, if you cry out to Him with sincerity, you will see the greatest deliverance of your life. The battle will turn in your favor. The snare will be broken. The enemy will be exposed. And you will walk in victory, not because of your strength, but because God Himself fights for you. Do not fear, beloved. Rest in the assurance that God is with you. Nothing will go wrong with you when your trust is anchored in Him. You are safe, you are protected, you are loved beyond measure. But take this warning seriously. I, Michael, have spoken, and I will not repeat myself again. Heaven has released this word into your life. Now it is your choice. Will you listen, or will you ignore? The heavens wait for your response. Child, fall to your knees now. Pray. Cry out. Trust. Obey. And you will see the hand of God move in ways that will leave you in awe. This is your urgent message. This is your moment. Do not waste it. My beloved child, God says this message is reaching you now because time is not waiting anymore. I, Michael, need to talk to you, and it has to be now. This is the last warning. Don't you dare ignore this and make me angry, because this is not about punishment, it is about your protection. You have been walking through moments where you thought everything was silent, but heaven has been roaring over your life. You may not see it with your eyes, but you are covered, you are shielded, you are loved with an everlasting love. That love is pressing through right now, breaking through every wall that has tried to surround you, and this message is the sign that you are not abandoned. You are not wandering blind. God is with you. You need to breathe deep right now because what heaven is saying is urgent. God is not sending this to frighten you but to wake you, to pull you close before you step one more foot into places you were not meant to go. The angels have been watching you, and I, Michael, have been fighting for you. There were nights when shadows pressed against your room, when strange thoughts and fears tried to smother you, when people's betrayal made you question if you mattered at all, but you were not alone. The hand of God was stretched over you. You need to know that the very thing that tried to destroy you was destroyed itself. But now comes the last warning: you cannot afford to close your ears again. You have said in your heart, maybe later I'll listen, maybe tomorrow I'll pray. But heaven says now. Do not push this off. Every delay has cost you more than you realize. There are forces waiting to see you distracted one more time, but I tell you as Michael, do not play with your destiny. There is something ahead that you must be ready for, something you have prayed for in tears, something your soul has begged for in silence. That answer is about to break into your life, but if you ignore heaven's voice now, you will be blinded when the moment comes. And that would be the greatest tragedy, not that God didn't give it to you, but that you weren't ready to hold it. Listen, beloved, God is not against you. He has never been against you. Even when you made mistakes, even when you chose the wrong people, even when you opened the wrong doors, His mercy was still standing there. His Spirit was still calling your name in the middle of your silence. Every time you thought you were finished, God was whispering, "Not yet, I am not done." That is why you are alive today. You could have been gone, forgotten, written off. But you are still here. And if you are still here, it is because there is something written over your life that cannot be erased. But now, my child, understand this: you are at a point where heaven cannot allow you to be careless anymore. You have been drifting between trust and doubt, between prayer and silence, between light and shadow. That season is over. This is why I am speaking so sharply. I need you to wake up, to see that the time has come for you to stand firm. Do not take this lightly. This is your last warning before the breakthrough. The breakthrough is real, but the last test is also real. You may feel like the world is heavy on your shoulders. You may feel like the betrayal, the losses, the hidden lies of others have crushed you so deeply you can't even breathe sometimes.